Okay, with this question 58, the diagram below shows a sketch of the triangle ABC with AB 5, AC 6. The point D is on BC such that BD is 3, DC is 1, okay, and AD is X, right? By applying the cosine rule in each triangles ADB and ADC, show that cos ADB is that, right? So let's just do ADB first. Okay, so it's referring to that angle. So little d, isn't it, is opposite that angle there. That's little b, that's little a. So using the cosine rule, little d, so d squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos angle d, of course. So it corresponds to, so that would be 5 squared, we know little d, 3 squared plus x squared minus 2 times 3 times x cos d, right, or ADB. So then that's 25 equals 9 plus x squared minus 6x cos ADB. So if we take this over the other side, it becomes 6x cos ADB equals x squared minus 16. And then you got what you want, x squared minus 16 over 6x. That's what we should have there. You do similar thing then for cos ADC. So this angle you want here. Okay. So again, this will be opposite there, little d. This will be little a. That will be little c. Okay. So in this case, again, it'll be d squared equals a squared plus plus c squared, isn't it? Minus 2ac cos angle d. So little d squared this time is 6 squared, little a squared is 1 squared, little c squared is x squared minus 2 times 1 times x cos, and then angle d is ADC. So 36 equals 1 plus x squared minus 2x cos ADC, and then you take it over to the other side, so 2x cos ADC equals x squared minus 35. Okay, and then of course last step then, cos ADC equals x squared minus 35 over 2x. Okay, so we've answered part A there. Oh, part 1. Now part 2 says, noting that ADB and ADC are all angles in a straight line, use the expressions derived in part 1 to write down an equation satisfied by x and show that x is 5.5. Now in this case, we've got angles here, ADB and ADC in terms of cos. And you want to use these expressions, knowing the fact that they're on a straight line, to be able to work out x, okay, to get an equation involving x. Now this is just basically knowing how cos works, okay? And if you draw the cos graph, okay, it actually helps in terms of noticing the symmetry. Okay, so all we need really is up to 180. If you think about here, okay, that's your cos graph, and you've got any angle here, okay, suppose you've got angle there, suppose that would be 30 degrees, okay, well that would give you a certain value there, wouldn't it, okay, so the negative value of that would be down here, okay, and the symmetry would be, so that would be actually 150, if that makes sense, so they both would add up to 180 degrees, okay. So if you took this angle here, okay, whatever that would be, suppose we got a half there, okay, half there, so that angle there, whatever that angle is, that would be 60 degrees, I think, wouldn't it? Cos of 60 degrees is a half. So let me just illustrate that one. Now if I looked at minus a half, okay, suppose minus a half is there, so that would be 120 degrees. So they actually add up to 180 degrees, and that's what we know about a straight line. They add up to 180 degrees. So what we can say is that this, because these two add up to 180 degrees, this will be the negative of this. In other words, cos ADB will equal the negative of cos ADC. Okay, just try it on your calculator. You know, if that's 40 degrees and that's 140 degrees as such, then put cos 40, cos 140, and you realise you have the same answers, but one will be negative. If that was 60 and that's 120, try it. You'll have one will be half, one will be minus half. If that was 75, that's 105, try it. One will be positive, one will be negative. So in other words, this is equal to negative this. So you can just chuck that in. Okay. Now in this case then we can take the 2x up here, take the 6x up there, want to see it that way, or you can cancel the x's. Okay, multiply through 2x squared minus 32 equals minus 6x squared times through by minus 6 is, use a calculator obviously, 210. So then 8x squared be 242. So x squared then be 242 divided by 8. So 30.25. So an x then will be the square root. Take the positive, of course, because it's measuring length, and you get 5.5. It's exactly what we want. And then it says find the area then of angle of triangle ADB. Okay, well we know x is 5.5. So go back to the diagram. ADB is that one there, so we know that's 5.5. So we know these two sides, we just need that angle. Okay, so that angle there will be cos ADB. Okay, and we know cos ADB equals 2 this here, so that'll be 5.5 squared, take away 16 over 6 times 5.5. Okay, so let's work that out. Let's get what ADB would be. So 19 over 44. So then ADB, because to the minus 1 of that, so get 64.4. So then to get the, we know it's 64.4. So then you use the sine rule then, so you basically do half times 3 times 5.5 times sine 64.4, and you get your answer out. And it should come to 7.44, okay, centimeters squared. There's your answer.